Hi, my name is Jim and I'm a filmmaker from Lancashire, UK. But this film is not actually about me, but rather about three inspiring individuals who I had the absolute honour of joining on a daunting challenge. The challenge? Well, the challenge was to canoe almost 300 kilometres down the Zambezi River, famous for its stunning setting, incredible wildlife and the amazing Victoria Falls. But luckily, we'd be starting a bit further downriver and wouldn't have to navigate those rapids and massive waterfalls. We were starting in Chirundu and finishing at the Zambia-Mozambique border, all in 7 days. This would involve navigating through hippo and croc-infested waters, camping by the riverside for 6 nights, surrounded by the African wildlife, and carrying all of our tents, supplies and water in the canoes with us. Doesn't sound too bad, the kind of thing some people pay to do. Well, the kicker is that the three individuals that I was doing this with are adventurers, but they are all spinal injury sufferers, and therefore they are wheelchair users. This meant that the trip has never been attempted before. This is rolling down the Zambezi. So, the scene is set. 300 kilometres, the mighty Zambezi River, lots and lots of wildlife, 3 wheelchair users and a support crew, which I was a part of. Let me introduce you to the intrepid trio. So first up is Sean Gash. Now 6 months ago, I'd never heard of, I'd never met Sean, but thanks to Google, all that was about to change. Sean actually had a film company in place to film the trip, but when they had to pull out fairly last minute, he found my company on the internet. So my first conversation with Sean was a panicked, disorganised phone call where he laid out the idea of the challenge, asked if I'd be interested in a chat over coffee to discuss possibly joining the team, and then he ended the conversation by telling me he was legit, and that I should go and Google him if my interest was spiked. It's the first time anyone's ever said to me, just Google me, it'll be fine, I am for real. Needless to say, my interest was spiked, and after meeting for a coffee, accompanied by loads of questions from my end, I was in. Sean was injured in a car accident when he was at the age of 20. He was given 2 days to live after a very high T5 spinal injury, but his determination and stubbornness became character traits, and he has spent his life inspiring others in similar situations to tell them that life does not finish with the loss of your legs. He's taken on some of the toughest challenges to raise funds for charities close to his heart, including climbing Mount Kilimanjaro and Ben Nevis, to setting the world record as the first ever paraplegic to learn to scuba dive. His endeavours to inspire those with life-changing injuries has meant that this year he has found himself on the King's New Year's Honours list and will become an MBE. The King has clearly never spent a single night sharing a tent with this guy, as I'm sure MBEs aren't meant to snore, but we'll get to that later. This Zambezi trip was the brainchild of Sean and something he'd wanted to do for a number of years, but he wasn't going to do it by himself. So when he told his friend Michelle Moffat about the challenge, she was straight in too. Michelle lost the use of her legs in 2019 due to a prolapsed disc and surgery complications. She is the mum of 4 and really struggled to come to terms with life in a wheelchair and what she saw as limitations that she now had to deal with. Even so much as to seriously contemplate taking her own life just a couple of years ago. But in the last couple of years, she met Sean, and through watching Sean take on all sorts of challenges and chatting to him and becoming friends with him, she has seen what is possible, and she again has made it her mission to make sure that people are informed about life in a wheelchair, being honest and vulnerable, but also inspiring and brave. And then making up the trio is Liam Morris, who also couldn't pass up the opportunity to join Sean once hearing all about it. Liam is a self-confessed adrenaline junkie, motor-loving adventurer who raced motocross bikes, and he had an accident in a practice session in 2003 which left him paralysed from the waist down. Liam tells a story of how, while he was in hospital recovering, he was inspired by another guy who was in visiting patients, trying to enthuse them and keep spirits high, and this guy was in a wheelchair. But he wasn't moping around the ward, he was pulling wheelies and entertaining people. Ever since, Liam has aimed to be that wheelie inspiration to people who find themselves wondering what life now looks like. So with the 3 wheelchair users, the team was then completed with 3, as they called us, walkers. Dawn, Sean's wife, Daz, Liam's dad, and myself, there to film everything as it happens. So on October 21st, 2024, we departed Manchester and headed on to 24 hours of travel whilst Michelle tried to figure out a new GoPro.
Okay, Joe.
Is this a photo?
It's a video.
This is the photo.
This is the video.
Michelle, is it on?
Yes, it's on.
This is where we brought Jim with us. This is where we brought Jim with us.
Oh, I've locked it. I've locked it.
So
Go.
Zambezi was brilliant. We really enjoyed it, didn't we?
Oh, mate,
it was so good. I think Michelle's just figured out how to press record.
Mate, I can't
Not
believe
even.
I just saw the site.
What was your favourite bit?
The site was my favourite bit was actually Michelle really getting to understand what the camera's all about without actually doing a selfie.
I feel really proud. I feel like I've imparted some knowledge onto her. Eventually landing in Lusaka. Sean,
You're at Starbucks?
we made it.
Mate,
Where are we?
we're in Zambia, mate. Lusaka. We've just landed. It's
very hot.
look at the back of the 3 wheelchairs. 11 bags and
How many people?
Partridge in a pear tree. So, just a 4-hour taxi ride to bring us to our fantastic base camp, Breezes River Lodge in Chirundu. Asleep in some very, very warm tents, and the next morning our riverside setting became clear and our first sights of the wildlife. So the challenge is to raise money for 2 very important charities, WizKids, who provide wheelchairs for young people finding themselves in need, and for Spinal Research UK, who do incredibly important work. But what was also important to us was that we wanted to bless the local communities that we visited. So we actually gathered a lot of donations for the local primary school and the local mission hospital.
So all this stuff was donated from Lancashire Ambulance Service, Southport First Pharmacy,
Southport, yeah, and Friends Pharmacy.
Hope Education, IGD, from. This is going to the Metandir Mission Hospital for the hospital stuff, and then all this kit here is going to be for the staff, which is going to be amazing for them. And then we've got the primary school stuff over here. So spreading love. Spreading love.
So, the day before we set off on the canoe trek, we actually went to visit the local primary school to hand over all the generous donations, and we got there in a truly African manner. Go on, 4-wheel drive! Oh my goodness. Sean, 1.8 tons, is that alright? You can carry 1.8 tons, we good?
Are we all in, boys? Girls? Ready to run?
Rock and roll.
Ready to go?
Let's hope you're not rolling soon. Does anyone else feel like doing a Top Gear episode?
So we have like pencils, we have chalk,
So we're at Paviri School and we're here just to give some supplies out to the school, so like colouring pencils and bits and pieces, and to get to actually see the children, because probably the thing I've been most excited about for the whole trip is to be able to try and do something for the community. So we're not just here like for a trip, but to actually try and do what we can to just give a tiny bit back. So
They also have something to show you. They prepare the dance for you, so they were just waiting for you.
So we were treated to a tiny bit of Zambian culture with a song and dance before we then caused absolute chaos by handing out bouncy balls to all the children.
Just to see the kids' faces, just little things that we take for granted, just playing little tiny bouncy balls, just it's massive to them. So yeah, unreal.
We said our goodbyes and we headed back to Breeze's for a cool off in the pool. The second place we visited with the boxes and boxes of donations that we had was the local mission hospital. This was a really special one. It's a super busy hospital as it provides care for people in Zambia, but it's also right on the border with Zimbabwe. So there's a lot of people crossing the border to seek the care they need. And it has an incredibly dedicated staff, but it really struggles with resources and equipment. So we were really looking forward to visiting and being able to see the place for ourselves, but also to be able to hand over these donations that we'd gathered.
That's going to be used in different wards, from maternity, pediatric, medical, casualty and other departments. And mostly these wheelchairs are being used mostly for emergency. So it's very, very important because the wheelchairs were broken, so now we have the new ones. And what is good that with this wheelchair, these wheelchairs are very good because the patient can push himself or herself. And our hospital is not a very big hospital, it's not neither rich hospital, but we do our best, but we use minimum resources. When you have a push like this one, is a great support, and we are very grateful.
After handing over all the medical donations and the 3 brand new wheelchairs, we were given a tour of the hospital, where we were introduced to the A&E department, where not 3 weeks before, they had treated a British gent who had survived the hippo attack, thanks to them.
We have hippo bites, we have elephant attacks, we have crocodile attacks, we have buffalo attacks also. So a lot of...
Whose idea was it to go down to Zambezi?
Yours.
So I just want to say, you know, I can't do these types of adventures and types of challenges without support. Also donations of kit and stuff, but also there's a company called Fuel Service, and there's an app on there, and it's a great app for anybody that has a disability that wants to fuel up and is not too sure where to go for
petrol services that have assistance, fuel service, they provide this app free of charge. Download it on you and you can find anywhere. So they have also supported this challenge financially, which I cannot thank them enough, and I cannot have done it without them. So yeah.
So, the day has arrived. The river was waiting and the hippos were calling.
We are just getting ourselves all ready, kitted up, packed to hit the river. Excited, ready to go. Just got to get everything packed and in.
Bring it on, and I think Sean's really grateful that I'm not in his canoe, so.
Very excited and very warm and soaking myself with water, so I'll cool down. But yeah, excited, really good. Excited to see the animals.
Headed up by CB, our guides briefed us, loaded us up and got us underway. We had a bit of a send-off party there to wave us off.
You guys go get another drink, all right? We're good here.
I have
They're on the water. Woohoo! Mind the crop, there's a crop!
We are making good time, finding our rhythm, working out what works best with the strokes and the balance. So I had to compensate on one side, especially on the side where I have one leg. Really have to move my balance when I'm doing it. Paddling, and I find that when I come to the right, this side actually works better because I've got my stump resting on my rucksack. We're doing fine. GoPro stop. GoPro stop. GoPro off. GoPro stop. GoPro's not working. GoPro, stop. Yeah, GoPro, off. GoPro, stop.
The day one weather was kind to us as it was hot but cloudy and there was a river breeze keeping us cool as we set into our stride. We began to leave the villages behind and started to see more and more of the wildlife. Stopping for lunch, we were right opposite a family of elephants also having their lunch.
How's that been?
Getting another rhythm now. Good pause one.
Okay, CV, how are we doing? How are we doing?
We're doing great, buddy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is the team going okay?
Yeah, everything is fine.
We're making good time?
We're doing very, very well.
Where we just stopped?
Yes.
Zimbabwe.
As soon as the afternoon set in, we continued down the river and found our stride, ticking off the kilometres and calling out to each other, hippo on the left, hippo on the right, etc. Until maybe we came a little bit too relaxed and missed one of the calls from the front. Why are you sat on the beach?
I just went for a little swim.
Did you?
Yeah, well, I was getting a bit warm, so I thought could hear a hippo calling, I think it was. I had a little swim there.
Excellent. So where's your canoe now?
It's straight out in the it's a submarine.
Did you design it? It's not very good.
Hi, man. I'm good, mate. I'm good.
We were going really well. Picking up time, picking up pace, kilometres, cracking them in. Best time, hit a tree trunk. And Liam went in. Now, let's just say, aren't we glad it was Liam and not me, because it would be like a hippo getting out rather than a hippo getting in. But now we're trying to debate whether it was a hippo, whether it was a tree trunk, but there was some sort of like nostrils,
Branches.
yeah,
Grass.
don't really know, like, but all good.
After a quick unpack, dry out and repack of Liam's canoe, we were back on the water, heading to our camp for the night.
RGK are a global wheelchair company who I work for. I'm an international product specialist, and coming down the Zambezi, the biggest thing was actually taking our wheelchairs actually on the canoe. So both myself, Michelle and Liam are in what we call FX. So the FX actually is a chair that actually completely folds. The purpose was for travel, so you could stick it in the overhead lockers of the aeroplanes. But these work so well because we can fold them up and put them in the middle of the canoe with the wheels on. We all have a front wheel which allows us to go over the sand, over the terrain easily, effectively. They have supplied and supported us as well with what we're doing, so it's a good, and I work for them as well, so I've got to say that.
I've got an in.
I don't work for them, but they're great.
Now, CB, have you ever taken any wheelchairs down the Zambezi before?
No, this is the first time ever, and it's amazing.
When Ant first told you that you were going to take 3 wheelchair users down the Zambezi, what was your thought?
Oh gosh! It wasn't. It didn't scare me that much. So I was looking forward to it. It's an experience for me as well because it has pushed me to from my comfort zone. I have to be more cautious, but now it's easy.
How are they doing? How was yesterday?
More than above average, because we have done a section which is normally done in 2 days. We have done it in 1 day, so this is great.
Excellent. More today?
More today, of course, yeah. But the sun, I think, is not going to be friendly. The weather looks like it's going to be hot, so we may stop in the afternoon and look for some shade, and then after that we proceed later on when it's much cooler.
Day 2 was again about getting the kilometres in while the conditions were good. Wide open river with plenty of wildlife to see along the way. Then, as the midday heat really started to set in, we came up to our stop for lunch. And what a location this was. We actually had to stop and wait for the elephants to move away from where we'd landed so that we could get everyone up onto the bank for our lunch spot.
Being in the M6 except with a jungle. It's like the M6 on a Saturday afternoon when you're being stuck. We're not stuck by vehicles, we're stuck by elephants. So we can't actually move until the elephants, because there's a family, there's babies, so they're very protective. And one slight move, obviously protection, they're gonna go for us. So the boys have had to lift us up to try and get us over here, so we're out of the way, but what a view.
This was an incredible spot to wait out the heat of the day, and with wildlife everywhere around us. Although we did have to remember at times that we are in their space.
So I was just parked up on the edge of a banking. I thought, I'll have a pee here. Started to have a pee, as you do. Next minute a bloody herd of elephants comes charging at me, so I didn't know whether to finish my wee or... yeah, I nearly get up and ran.
Yeah. The life of time with me and Morris. That's all it is. It's not even a trek. It's like, what's going to happen tomorrow? Who knows? Let's just see what the day brings.
How's day 2 been?
It's been amazing. It's been so good. The elephants were, I don't know, it's just amazing. It's so beautiful. I don't even know what to say. It's just...
Slight difference to yesterday.
Yeah, so we had, we're going swimmingly again, no pun intended, it was all going well. Well, it went well all along, didn't it? Put some more kilometres in, lots of kilometres.
I think it wasn't so much being on the water. I thought for challenge-wise, things like how do we get out the boat or up the embankment, or what if something happens that, like today with the elephants, and it's kind of like your automatic reaction is to get up and run, and it's like, yeah, I can't do that. So things like that, I guess, I thought, but like the guides have been, they're so amazing at making our food, putting our tents up and stuff, and like I think for all of us, it's just such a lovely wee team. It's like a wee family, and everybody's just working together and doing what you can do and helping each other. So
yeah, I wasn't really too worried. I didn't really know what to expect. So as you guys have found out, I'm very laid back anyway, so...
horizontal.
Yeah, horizontal, but definitely the capsizing was a wake-up call, so I'm a bit more weary now of Yeah, what's underneath the water. But yeah, more just like sleeping and transferring from boats and toileting and that kind of thing. But yeah, we've got great people around us. Everyone's chipping in, doing a bit. It's like a family. We're all like family now, aren't we?
Obviously, the first 2 days that we're here, we really had to put the kilometres in so that way we could be ahead of time, and also the final days that we're trekking can be more of a relax. But we needed to get the kilometres in order for us to reach Mozambique in the time we allocated. Whenever I do treks, to me it's a trek. That's why I'm powering and you motor and you get what it's done. But this one, it's like I don't feel we've covered what we've covered, and because in the time we have, I think it's just been like a jolly down the river with some friends. And
Down to Zambezi.
It's been hard work, isn't it?
It has been hard work.
Remember to sponsor us.
It's been more hard work. It's been more hard work keeping Michelle in control and making sure Liam doesn't fall out. Making sure Liam doesn't fall out.
Sean's like the trip dad.
Well, making sure Liam doesn't fall out of the canoe. Apart from that, everything's right. Oh, I mean, you've got the short straw because you've got me snoring, mate. So,
yeah.
What can I say?
I'm going to film that tonight. Cut to Sean snoring. Sean, you've done these sort of things before, though. Yeah. How's this compare? What's the differences in the challenge?
I think so far it's been us. You have to remember we're 3 paraplegics. We've got no stability, mobility. Yeah, okay, no, we're different levels of spinal cord injury, but at the same time, our balance is not 100%. So even just one slight rock in the canoe, you sort of I know for well that I'm having to really either hold on and get my balance again. But even when you're canoeing on one side, I'm still having to sort of compensate on the other side so that I've got that balance so I can come back. So that was, yeah, I mean, but once you got into technique, it's fine. The other thing for me at the moment, which I haven't done yet, is my number 2s. Just thought I'd let you know that's going to be on Sunday, because actually me and Dawn, because Dawn just came up, she said, how are we going to do this? I haven't got a clue. Literally might be a pitch up, me jump on and do me doings, but I don't know yet. I honestly don't know. It's just... Don't film it, mate, please.
I'm here to capture everything.
I don't want a GoPro on me while I'm sticking.
Point of view.
While I'm sticking a syringe up my bum to insert some bisocodal rectal solution. But
yeah.
This journey is about taking yourself out of the comfort zone. It's about 3 individuals in a wheelchair, showing that everything is possible. Okay, we've got great support around us, which we can't do this without the support that we've got. And these guys are learning at the same time as well. You know, they've never taken 3 wheelchair nutters in canoes, but that's what it's about. And if we can inspire others to show what anybody can do, if we can raise money, if we can raise awareness, then, you know.
It's weird, I just think like 2 years ago I was going to go to Switzerland and end my life, and then thought can't do anything anymore. And then it's like 2 years later we're in Zambezi and able to fundraise for charity and stuff, and I was like, I can never...
Disability community, isn't it? Like, I think in society, well, let's say society in a whole. Society as a whole, they put barriers up, don't they? I can't do that. Well, why can't you do that?
Exactly.
You know?
I think, knowing a little bit, or Googling Sean, as he told me to the first time I met him, I expected an adventure, and I expected something quite extreme for what I would say, you know, is you in your position, wheelchair bound. This is quite an extreme sort of adventure. Not many people in your position would do this. Yeah. And for these guys to join in is, screw loose on both. but I think that just the fact that it's possible and that you're willing to to show people it's possible. That's been the thing that I was looking forward to the most. I think what I've also seen is that from the very start you said that this is teamwork, and what we've seen is with these guys, with our guides who've been incredible, and obviously the 3 walkers that you brought with you, but also for you guys to be able to let that help happen. The team builds like that, doesn't it? And so I think it's just a bit of a metaphor in life, isn't it? If we try and do it all by ourselves, it's going to crash, and I think sometimes we have to lean on the people that have the skills that we need to get through. High points has been the wildlife, man. That has been insane. Like, I knew we were going to see bits. I'd seen the video the promotional video of the safari, so I'd seen that they sort of saw some elephants, but I've kind of, those are usually the highlight reels, so you only put the best bits in. But this, honestly, everywhere you look something's happening. We haven't seen lions yet. That's the thing. I'm like, I think I will lose my mind.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen down the road. We've got
no idea.
Yeah.
It's great, but the fact, we haven't just seen 1 or 2 elephants. Today we've seen about 50 just coming down for a drink, different families and different sizes, and a massive bull that wanted to fight Liam, which was awesome.
I was just about to say.
I mean, it was a massive bull.
Day 1 we had the hippo
massive
incident.
hippo, yeah.
Day 2 we had the elephant, so be careful. The lion, yeah. That could be day 3.
You guys are really you hold your abilities really lightly, and the things that you can't do. It's a massive inspiration to see
Life's
you guys
too
do this. Yeah. And so if people are getting worked up over the stuff that you can't control, then you're not living it right. So yeah. Very inspirational so far.
Oh mate, you've talked too much.
Yeah, sorry. You got it.
Like that.
Thanks, John. Great camera work.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Sorry, mate. I'm just thinking I'm blending in with the environment.
I was just doing this lovely panoramic view of our camp. The beautiful sunrise in the background. Pan over and there's Sean sniffing himself.
Good. I think we're doing fantastic. So I say bring it on and let's do this, and all is good.
All is good. What are you hoping to see today?
Possibly some zebras, which has been mentioned we could do, or maybe giraffes.
Oof.
Yeah, and whatever
comes our way.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's do it.
We'll see.
Let's do it.
CBCBBB bear.
Day 3 on the water was underway, and this saw us entering the lower Zambezi National Park. The waters here were a bit more shallow, which meant that there was a lot more hippos, which we had to slalom around, making sure that we were never between them and deep water. That's where they're dangerous. Lunch stop was under a huge shady tree, again to get out the midday heat. So a couple of hours there before loading back up.
Hello.
You were a bit nervous today about that.
Yeah.
And you said we're going to do a different attitude, be confident.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, so. I think I'd probably panicked a bit less today than I would have done yesterday. Only until when we were back there and we were told to go fast, and then I felt the wave of nerves. But no, it's fine. I'm good. Quite calm. I think not too shaky.
us at siesta time, which is a Zambezi tradition that I think we might bring home. Hottest part of the day, stop and have lunch, and then have a sleep.
Halloween, don't like trick or treat.
Get the mattresses out.
Yeah.
What I do is put sparkly Wellington.
There's Michelle's on hers. Liam's just having a twiddle, a whittle, a diddle.
A fiddle.
A fiddle? Not again. We're going to stay here until 4 o'clock when we get back in the canoes.
By now the guys had the packing and storing of wheelchairs down to a fine art, and we were away again. But this time we had come down a very narrow offshoot of the river, and we could hear lions in the distance. The sun was starting to come down, the wind had dropped, and we were very hopeful that with every turn we might come across a pride having a drink.
Right, Dazza.
Can we do a hair flip?
Yeah, do it in slow motion.
Because I'm worth it.
Dazza, day 3. How's it been?
Day 3, warm for a start. The amount of wildlife I've seen, it's been incredible. More elephants, loads of hippos, some sketchy moments. We were sort of on the edge at some point. But CB, he's the animal whisperer. Absolutely. He talks to the animals and they listen, which is a main thing. But yeah, really good.
As we set up camp, one of the boys who was collecting firewood noticed lions on the other side of the river. So we got the drone up to take a closer look. Not only had we found lions, but they had a kill. So with the lions not 400 meters away from where we were camping, we settled in for the night, only to be woken by another pride behind us, making their presence known. Absolutely incredible. With a stunning morning sunrise happening outside our tents, 4 AM hit and there was nothing that could spoil this tranquil setting.
So, welcome to a beautiful African sunrise. We're just waking up and Sean is just getting onto his throne. Sean is going to have a poo with a view.
Jungle poo.
Yes, mate.
I hope you have a great poo.
I've never pooed over the Zambezi on my throne. I just hope nothing comes and gets me because I ain't moving anywhere. I'll be like, I'll be like a hippo.
Yeah. Well, whilst you do that, we'll leave you to it. Have fun.
Yeah, I'll have a coffee, mate, please.
Yeah, give us a shout if you need anything. Yeah. Here you go, Sean.
Cheers, sir. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. Just a bit busy at the moment, mate. I feel like I'm on a throne. So, Jim, could you just tell me what you're doing, mate?
I'm burying your poo, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think this is in the contract.
Are you sure?
Did you not tell him?
Are you sure you don't know what you're signed up
Put your
for?
pants
There he
on.
is. There he is.
Imagine if I accidentally tripped.
There you go. Off into the distance. How romantic. Good.
Then our neighbours made an appearance.
Oh, I see it. The male.
Oh, the male, okay.
Yeah, he's just walking left.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it.
How do you see that? Oh, it's both of them? No, one. Wow. He's stood still. He's moving left. Oh, he's just going down.
And with that, day 4 was on us. Back on the water, loaded up and setting off, ready to head into what we now know is called Hippo City. The river levels were actually at an all-time low whilst we were doing this trip, which had 2 effects. Firstly, it meant it was a great time to be able to spot wildlife as it all became much more concentrated and closer to us on the river. All the wildlife was also drawn down to the main river as the normally flowing streams that the animals would use to drink further inland were dried up. But secondly, it meant that the shallow areas and the sandbanks were much more prominent, and therefore it's becoming harder to be able to navigate through without getting beached. And usually where the shallow sand flats meet deeper water, well, that's where hippos like to be.
What are you doing?
I'm at Barber Liam's on the Zambezi.
What day is it?
We're on day 4, mate.
End of day 4.
End of day 4. And times are hard.
Times are hard.
I just need.
Can you not rough it out and just
No, man.
look a little bit rugged?
No, man.
You don't know how much it is yet though, so he's in for a shot. Today's been belting. I didn't realise how many hippos there was going to be. Obviously I knew there was a lot of hippos, but literally every 2 minutes, hippo on the left, hippo on the right. Just zigzagging our way down. Yeah, I counted 1 herd. Are they herds? What do you call them?
Yeah, no, herds, yeah.
And there's 20.
Also,
we got hippos watching us tonight.
Well, because what? We've parked
because
up
we
in
just
their,
parked right in their spot.
We've parked up in their grazing spot, and now they're there, sat there waiting for us to move so they can get in. Yeah.
The first couple of days we were like, oh, there's an elephant.
Yeah.
Get the cameras out, get the cameras out, and now it's like, oh, there's another elephant.
There's the hippos.
Yeah.
We see something different. It was like last night we saw the lions, and we were like, lion! Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen lions in the flesh now. So another tick in the box.
Well, let's see what we can get when we.
Also, we're attracting kindness, aren't we? Because these aren't our beers.
Yeah.
These are
Pretty
our
big
beers. We came across some fishermen.
Wasn't it? I thought it wasn't it Amazon? Like Amazon just.
Amazon delivery.
Amazon delivery. No, we've stumbled across some fishermen, and they said, "Do you want beers?" And we were having a laugh, saying, "Yeah." So we just camped up. Next minute, they just drove down, pulled up, and there's some beers. How nice is that?
And they're cold.
And they're cold.
We're out of cold beers now.
We've been drinking lukewarm beer now.
Cold beers in warm water, that's what we're drinking now.
That night, as we had our dinner, the air seemed to change. It suddenly got heavier as a storm was starting to hit, and we got some much needed rain for that area. The next morning was cloudy and humid, and after 4 days we decided it was time for a wash. The shallow river next to our camp was safe for a dip, only the threat of baby crocs nipping fingers, according to CB. Spending time with CB and the guides, you start to realise just how incredibly talented these guys are at reading the wildlife and the different areas that you're navigating through. And the more time we spent with them, the more we trusted them, that if CB said this was a good place to have a wash, then it was a good place to have a wash.
Day 5, how was the night of day 4?
The night of day 4 was horrendous. We had amazing lightning, I must have given you that, but I kept on thinking the boys were putting torches on, but it literally was crackling lightning. Then you'd wait for a little bit, and then this explosion of thunder, and yeah, quite terrifying. And then the breeze, the breeze was nice, and then it started to rain. I'm thinking, rain, okay, I can live with this. Next minute, the boys came over. When they put this cover over us,
the rainproof cover.
Rainproof cover. It was proper pitch black. I'm thinking, okay. And then next minute, we were like, I thought it was raining through, and then you got up and it's like, no, actually that's condensation. We were dripping. It was like an oven, and I kept on waking up and asking you to open and get some fresh air and breeze through. But yeah, it was
intense,
an interesting night. So today, this morning, I woke up, got a bit of a mark on my bum, so I've got to really be careful with that. That sort of thing when you're, in a wheelchair, pressure areas and sores. So I've got to look at that. Good thing is Michelle's a nurse, so we're going to stop next time, change the dressing. Michelle's going to have a look at it as well, have a look at my bum. Yeah, ready to go.
And tonight we're staying in the gorge.
Tonight we're in the gorge.
Maybe there'll be somewhere for private for Dawn to go and have a wee.
I'm just trying to find somewhere around here.
Okay, let's have a look.
It's very open, isn't it? There's nowhere to really hide.
It's a little bit open.
You guys will just have to close your eyes.
So we're all faced one way.
Yeah, that's it.
Bit cooler today, Daz.
Yeah, absolutely. Far better than yesterday. Yesterday was 42 degrees apparently. 42, and we felt it.
We did feel it, especially when we weren't on the river.
As soon as you step out of the shade off the river, it's just stifling. You can't even breathe. The sand's so hot on your feet. Like, like literally like walking hot coals, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, really hot.
And obviously you struggled to sleep last night, didn't you?
I slept like a baby last night. Usually I'm awake and I can toss and turn, but we had a massive storm last night. The rain was pounding the tent. I was up like a light. Everyone said, I couldn't sleep. I didn't wake up.
You couldn't sleep because of your snoring?
Well, possibly.
Or was it thunder?
No, I think that was the thunder.
Oh, thunder. Excellent. Right, let's get on with day 5.
But just as we had loaded up and we were in the canoes about to set off for the day, the boys noticed a crack in Michelle's canoe. So an emergency fix had to take place.
Hello.
You survived 4 days with a broken canoe.
Yeah. Do you know, it was getting soaking because they're saying if there's any water, get it out. And I was like, can I get the sponge? And I was just like dumping it out. But I thought it was just because I was messy and not very good. I was just like scooping it all in. So it's all good.
Dawn, that's going to hold?
Yeah, I have every confidence in the boys. I think they've done a great job.
And it's not your boat.
And it's not.
So with a quick repack, we were off and heading towards Mipata Gorge. And we really noticed a change in the scenery from the vast, wide landscapes to more forested areas, and the mountains started to move closer and closer to the edge of the river.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's just so peaceful. Turns out I'm quiet on the water. I actually love the hippos when you see them from a distance. I just don't like seeing them in shallow water right beside us. To be fair, like any time I was getting a wee bit anxious, I was like, hey, don't act panicky. I was like, are we okay? And Gargle was keeping me nice and calm. He's like, yeah, it's good. Like this, we are safe. This is okay. It's good. So I actually do feel a lot more chilled out.
Day 5, and the norm has become Liam having wheeze through a catheter in the most beautiful of places that Mozambique, we haven't got there yet, Zambia and Zimbabwe.
Try not to pee on his feet.
Oh.
Last time he peed on the feet, there's an elephant coming.
So there we go. What a view. So Sean, how was your lunch today?
Mate, tell you, the meat was a bit tough, but overall it was great. I mean, this is Liam's hippo.
We hunted it down.
We hunted it down. We got
Liam
it.
took his vengeance
He took his
on it.
revenge, but yeah, you could say, I mean, came off worse. What have you been doing with the conservation now?
Yeah, so what we were doing is we were just aging the fossil skull just to see, and autopsy just to. It was a lion.
Okay.
There's some scratch marks.
How old? What would you say?
Oh, 6, 40, 30, 12.
640, is that what time?
12. It was about 1,200 tons. That
Okay.
one.
What about dental work?
Needs improvement.
By this time, we definitely started to see the boys relax around us, and we started to see their personalities were coming out.
Sibi afuna kunyamula mutanda wa Yesu. Chuchu afuna kunyamula mutanda wa Yesu. The weights.
Sean needs to lose weight. We need to lose a little bit more weight.
Nifuna kunyamura mtoro wa Yesu. I'm prepared to carry the cross.
Need to lose a bit more weight.
Lord, give me strength.
Day 5. Oh yeah, day 5. Sean thought it was day 4.
Do you know what? It was just pleasant. We came into the gorge and the mountains and meandered in, and it literally was. I mean, obviously, being in the mountains, it gets dark quickly as well. But the serenity, the echo. But yeah, one more full day on the river tomorrow.
This is our last beer.
It's not even last night. We've got one more night and we have no beer left.
Last night, yeah.
Do we need to do a plea? Do we need to do a plea? Send help, Dawn.
Help, we need more beer.
How was last night?
Last night was good. I got a good night's sleep last night. Yeah, slept right through. Ready, fresh for the final day. Yeah. All good.
Darren, they're leaving us. Listen, we just wanted one more cup of coffee and you wouldn't let us have it, and now you're leaving us. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my! what we're actually doing, we're actually setting up a drone shot, aren't we, Darren? And unfortunately, because Darren's in my boat, I can't do the drone at the same time. So we're marooned. It's fine. It's totally fine. Oh yeah, and hippos. It's fine. We've learnt loads, haven't we? Right, let's get this drone shot. What did we say? We decided that not being able to walk wasn't enough of a challenge, so we're going backwards!
The challenge is to finish the course without us actually watching where we're going.
We can do this.
We want to see if Gargo can get from that corner to this corner.
And Sean's got to get from that corner.
Sean's not even getting from that corner. It
You've got
takes
to
4
swap.
boys to get Sean in the canoe. Let alone me to get out of the canoe. You're joking.
Right, crack on, let's go.
Coming out of the gorge after a couple of days spent canoeing through, we started to see the landscape change again. And we started to know that this was coming towards the end of the challenge, which was mixed feelings. Mixed feelings because it is such an incredible journey we've been on together, but also we didn't really want it to end. It was just an amazing time.
That's good for you, that.
Oh, I've got a bit of a faith going on.
Towards me, just in case it goes over.
There you go.
So, day 6 complete.
Day 6.
Yay.
Last full day.
Complete. Last full day. We've come through the gorge. We went through the gate and
Red Mountain.
Red Rock.
Red Rock. We stopped at Red Rock. We thought we were going to get attacked by a guy with an axe.
Oh yeah, there was that.
But that was fine.
We give him sandwiches and he went. Quick sandwich and he left.
I've had two incidents already.
You've had a puncher. That's not your fault.
No.
But who was to the rescue? Daz.
He phoned the AA and he said,
Yeah,
we're busy. 12 days.
Completely out your comfort zone, and what we've done as a team, we've all mucked in, except me, and laughed about it, joked about it, and
You've got to.
just had a laugh, yeah.
And then our reward.
Oh, these guys turned up.
Some guys on the fishing boat.
Cheers, guys.
Hey boys, you got any cold beers?
Cheers,
No.
Ian.
How many do you want? Yeah, we've
Cheers,
got about
Jim.
10. I think we've got about 10 beers. I think.
So, day 6 complete.
Day 6, we're all filthy. We all stink.
Oh,
we all
God.
need a shower. We're
Yeah.
looking forward to getting
Yeah.
Glad you said
back.
shower.
I think we'll scrape some dirt off first, and then
We're all happy
we look
though,
like
aren't we?
we look like we're sunburned. Once the dirt comes off, we'll be all
Yeah.
still white and snowing. It's just,
Oh, look at him.
pure
He's
dirt.
going to go back. He's going to look at
He's,
you. Show, no.
only day 6. He's
Show
the
us your tummy, mate.
essentials.
Show us your belly.
Yeah, I got a nice.
Look at that.
You've been working hard today, haven't
Been
you?
on a jolly, hasn't he?
On
Just
your
been-
tan.
Yeah, working on his tan.
Right, day 6 complete, everybody. Well done. Cheers. On to the evening. Whoop, whoop. Last morning.
Day 7.
Oh, Sean got the day right. Hey!
Day 7.
This is it.
We are here. We've got, CB, 2 hours?
So close.
Sorry?
2 hours? 2 hours?
Yeah.
We've got a 2-hour
That's what
trek
managed 2 hours, yes.
to make history, to raise funds for charity, to support the local community, with friends, with family, with the boys, with CB.
But first breakfast, right?
Oh yeah, first breakfast. Hollister are a leading medical company based out in the US, and they provide equipment for ostomies, colostomies, catheters, etc. Myself and Michelle, we are Hollister ambassadors. We have been for a number of years. But Hollister, what they also do is they have supported us, me and Michelle, through the journey, providing funding to help us achieve what we set out to achieve, and enjoy a journey which has been inspirational, motivational, and unbelievable.
Yeah, and I think as well, like with Hollister, like we met through Hollister as well, and they have such a big focus on not just the kind of products they're putting out for the end user, but really making life better for people who use the products in like every way, and encouraging people to be part of the community. And that does make a difference. I would have never believed I would be able to do anything like this. Hopefully we can inspire other people to be able to do these things too.
So we are both proud to be associated and ambassadors to Hollister.
Such an honour.
Absolutely.
Akaka! Akaka! Choo-choo! Akaka!
How are you doing, Jumalo?
Whoop, whoop. Almost there, CB. Yo! Yes, Stuart. Whoop, whoop. Right, Michelle. We got Zimbabwe, Zambia, Mozambique. Almost there.
So, as we approached the end of the trip, we pulled the canoes together and came into Luanga in style.
Pinda Muzambara tiende kuna baba akaka 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 pinda Muzambara tiende pinda Muzambara tiende kuna baba pinda Muzambara tiende Muzambara tiende kuna baba Muzambara tiende. Linda Muzambara tiende kuna baba. Linda Muzambara tiende. Linda Muzambara tiende kuna baba. Linda Muzambara tiende. Linda Muzambara tiende kuna baba. Linda Muzambara tiende.
Three paraplegics, one river, smashed it, smashed it, record breakers.
The mighty Zambezi. Right.
So, now that this challenge is finished, it has left me with an immense feeling of pride to have been a very small part of something so special, but also an incredible sense of awe having watched Sean, Michelle and Liam take on this challenge. Before we left, they had a few comments telling them that maybe it was a bit too crazy of a challenge to take on, that it was dangerous and maybe we should think twice about it. But the guys took it on with such grace and bravery, and also they built a team around them that was determined to see them succeed. And it was this teamwork that made this trip so special. Sean, Michelle and Liam are three fiercely independent people who have overcome so much, but even they could not have done this trip alone. They needed the help of CB and the guides, as well as myself, Dawn and Daz, to help them get to the end. But we all learnt so much from these three. I especially learnt so much after sharing a tent with Sean for 6 nights. I learnt about the practicalities of being in a wheelchair, but also that the limitations are not where I expected them to be. These guys taught me that life doesn't stop when it gets hard, but rather a change in direction opens up so many incredible opportunities, and until you embrace that, you'll never see what is just around the river bend.